Martin Bakole is back. Yes, the Congolese powerhouse will be making his return to the ring tomorrow night. In Riyadh, he'll be fighting under the Canelo versus Scout undisputed card. Yes. Listen, I'm always gonna have time for Martin Bakole because he's my fellow Congolese brother. Do you know what I mean? So no matter what anyone says about him, I don't care. Martin Bakole is my guy. I'm always going to support my Congolese brothers. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, man, Martin Bakole is back. We all know that he suffered that KO defeat against Joseph Parker back on the 22nd of February on that Riyadh card of Beterbiev versus Bivol. In hindsight, yeah, actually looking back at it, I wonder how Martin Bakole and his coach, Billy Nelson, feel about making that decision. Do you know what I mean? Because that decision not only cost Martin Bakole the fight, but it cost him so much more than that. Do you know what I mean? It cost him so much more than that. I mean, the fight that Bakole is going to have tomorrow against Efe Ajagba, that was actually meant to be an eliminator. But because Bakole lost the fight against Parker on short notice, he lost that position. So it's not an eliminator anymore. Do you know what I mean? So this fight tomorrow night is all about Bakole just trying to rebuild himself, trying to put himself back in position that he was before the Parker defeat. Do you know what I mean? Because let's not forget, Martin Bakole, after the Jared Anderson knockout win that he got, he was the bogeyman of the heavyweight division. Do you know what I mean? He was the boogeyman. Like, everyone was trying to duck him. Do you know what I mean? No one wanted that smoke against Martin Bakole. But as soon as Joseph Parker put that guy up to the canvas, like, yeah, man, that aura just disappeared, didn't it? And that's the harsh reality of boxing. Do you know what I mean? These fighters have a very small window of opportunity. Like, they either take you or they don't, man, or you lose and then, you know, all of a sudden you're not that guy no more. And that's exactly what's happened to Martin Bakole. But you know what? I still have belief in Martin Bakole. I still believe that if he turns up tomorrow night, yeah, the same way he turned up against Jared Anderson, he gets the win. Do you know what I mean? I'm fairly confident in what I'm saying because I've seen Efe Ajagba. I've watched the highlights. I'm not going to say like I know the guy in and out, but like from what I've seen, yeah, like he's got the basic fundamentals. He's got the tools to kind of hurt you, but he's not the caliber of a Jared Anderson in terms of skill-wise. He's not the caliber of a Joseph Parker. So I feel like Martin Bakole tomorrow night, he's going to be favorite, innit? He's going to be the favorite. I feel like skill-wise, boxing skills, ability and everything like that. I think, well, I believe that Martin Bakole is the better fighter. Do you know what I mean? He's got the best ability out of the both fighters. And also, I believe he carries more power as well, man. You know what I mean? I know Ajagba definitely, he can crack, but I don't think he's got that one-punch knockout like Martin Bakole. Martin Bakole's got that one-punch knockout. And so, therefore, I believe that tomorrow, he's going to win. He's not going to be comfortable. I don't think it's going to be as comfortable as many predict it to be, but I still feel like Martin Bakole should have enough tools in his arsenal to get the job done. Do you know what I mean? I see a stoppage there. Maybe the 6th, 7th round, I can see him stopping Ajagba. But it's going to be competitive, especially the early rounds. You know, it's going to be competitive because at the end of the day, Martin Bakole was knocked out in his last fight. You know, and I wonder how much that's going to play at the back of his mind. Do you know what I mean? Because he came in overweight, yeah, for the Parker fight. Overweight, oversized. He had 24 hours to get from Kinshasa, the capital of the Congo, to Riyadh. Do you know what I mean? Like, he had 24 hour notice. And the thing is, yeah, what smacks you about it, actually, me thinking about it, it kind of like annoys me as well. Like, they didn't even charter like a private jet for him. My guy flew commercial. Like, he flew commercial. Like, by the time he landed in Riyadh, the guy was jet lagged. Do you know what I mean? He was suffering from jet lag. Like, oh my God, it was crazy. When I think about it, it was actually crazy that Martin Bakole and Billy Nelson accepted that fight is such short notice. I'm just trying to think like which other heavyweight, yeah, with a big name will actually do that. Like, not many. Like, in fact, none at all. Like, even Derek Chisora, like, Del Boy, he's a brave guy, right? One of my favorite fighters. He's a brave guy. He loves to crack. He loves to fight. And he will fight anyone. But I don't even think Del Boy will be dumb enough to take a fight with like 24 hours. Like, that's crazy. That is crazy. Martin Bakole definitely took the wrong advice at the time. I know they paid him well. Like, what is it? I heard he made like 800K. I mean, that is not a lot of money, man. If you look at the landscape of the heavyweight boxing, that is not a lot of money, man. I hope he got more than 800K. But from what I heard, he made 800K. Now, that is poor, mate. There's no way a fighter the caliber of Martin Bakole, yeah, the position that he was in the heavyweight division, should be flying out there, show notice fight against an elite fighter like Joseph Parker for 800K. I just feel like that's taking a mick. That is taking a mick, mate. It should never happen. But I just hope that Bakole, for his sake, he's recovered from that. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes psychologically, it can impact a fighter. Do you know what I mean? And Bakole is one of them fighters, he thrives off the confidence, innit? And so do many other fighters as well. Do you know what I mean? But Bakole, when he's confident, when he's high, listen, he's one of the most entertaining fighters out there. Do you know what I mean? And even me, yeah, looking back at the Parker fight, I thought, you know what? Bakole's probably got 2-3 rounds in here. He can get Parker out of there. If he connects, and we saw in the first, is it the first or second round? Yeah, the second round. Before he got knocked out, he cracked Parker with a good shot. And Parker looked like phased, like, whoa, what the hell was that? But then obviously, a few minutes later, well, not even a few minutes, a couple of seconds after that, Parker cracked him at the top of the dome. And yeah, man, it was murder she wrote after that. Do you know what I mean? But Martin Bakole is one of those fighters that he can end your lights at any moment. Like, he can do that. We saw that against Jared Anderson. We saw what he did to that guy there. And Martin Bakole can definitely do that in tomorrow night against Efe Ajagba. And I really hope he gets the job done, because I feel like Martin Bakole, yeah, on his day, like, he's dangerous for anybody. Like, I mean, for anybody. I mean, for Usyk, Fury, Joshua, for any of those guys, he can crack any of them. Do you know what I mean? And with his unorthodox style, yeah, where he's just all over the place, the uppercuts comes from nowhere. Like, his punches like are crazy, yeah. They're not the basic fundamental boxing punches. Some of them are like just like the punches that he landed on Jared Anderson, like some of the uppercuts. Like, Jared Anderson will be way over there and the punch will just come from up, like boom. And he knocked out my guy. Do you know what I mean? So Martin Bakole is one of them very exciting fighters that I want to see him in the mix. Like, I want to see him. When you're talking about the Daniel Dubois, when you're talking about Parker, when you're talking about Kabayao, Zhang, Martin Bakole belongs to that mix. He belongs in there. Do you know what I mean? That's the type of guys that he should be want to keep company and he should be wanting to fight next. Do you know what I mean? That's me saying if he gets past Ajagba. Do you know what I mean? Boxing is a funny sport where you can predict something and then, you know what, you have to eat humble pie the day after, because, yeah, it's heavyweight boxing. One punch can just change everything. But for me, yeah, Martin Bakole, like, I don't see nothing but Martin Bakole win tomorrow. And also, he's fighting on the Canelo Alvarez card. You know, that's a lot of attention, a lot of eyes on him. So this is an opportunity for Bakole to just show to the people, remind them that he's the boogeyman of the heavyweight division. Remind people why everyone was so shook, why everyone was doing the most to avoid him, to dogfighting him. Do you know what I mean? I want to see Martin Bakole fit, healthy, going out there in the ring, handling business. Because you know what? If he goes out there and impresses and he knocks out Ajagba in crazy fashion, guess what? His name's back up there. Do you know what I mean? His name's back up there. I would like to see him mix it up with Kabayao. Do you know what I mean? Or even if he doesn't get a Kabayao fight, a rematch with Joseph Parker. Why not? I feel like there might be some type of unfinished business there, because Bakole will say, listen, I wasn't fully prepared. I wasn't fit. I wasn't conditioned. I flew out there, short notice. 24 hours. They had me doing press conferences and everything like that. It was crazy. So Bakole might feel like, yo, let's run it back. Let's run it back. And it will be very interesting to see Joseph Parker versus Martin Bakole with a full camp. That would be an exciting fight, you know what I mean? And that's where I want to see my Congolese brother, the Congolese power, Martin Bakole. I want to see him back in the mix. I want to see him climb up those rankings again. And, you know, even one day get a title shot, man, because I don't think we've had the African world champion. We haven't, have we? We haven't. Listen, as far as my memory, like I've never known of an African champion, like a man or a woman born in Africa becoming champion, like world champion. I don't think I remember, especially in the heavyweight division. I don't think there's ever been. So Martin Bakole was someone who I was like putting all my hopes on. Do you know what I mean? To do the job, to become world champion. Now I hope that it's not too late. Do you know what I mean? I hope that he still gets another opportunity. If he wins, of course, if he beats Ajagba, you know, and then maybe have another fight after that and then get a world title shot. Because if he's in a world title match, I'll give him every chance to win. Do you know what I mean? Because it's dangerous. Martin Bakole is a dangerous man. But guys and girls, I want to leave it at that. Let me know, man. Let me know what you think of Martin Bakole. How do you think he's going to do tomorrow against Efe Ajagba? Do you feel like he's still going to be affected by the knockout he suffered against Joseph Parker? Or do you think his business as usual, Bakole, the Congolese powerhouse, is back at it and he's going to get the win tomorrow? Let me know in the comments. I'll really appreciate it. Once again, thank you so much for watching EMGM Sports. It's me, your boy Enzo, the realest in the game. Please don't forget to smash the like button. And if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, because that's the only way you're going to help the channel to grow. I'll be back real soon with another one. Until then, stay blessed, my people. Peace.